Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice. Ever dreamed of creating the next virus series or telling powerful stories on the big screen? This summer, your passion for TV can become a reality. Our TV Practical Summer Class is calling all future scriptwriters, producers, directors, video editors, reporters, news editors, and on-air personalities. Get hands-on training from industry professionals. Learn to shoot with professional cameras, master editing software, and produce your own content from start to finish. This isn't just a class. It's your launch pad. Don't just watch TV. Make it. Enroll now. Spaces are limited. Visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng or call the number 0706 777 9435 0706 777 9435. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Good morning to you and welcome to Dominion Television, your channel of choice, right here where we give you all sport updates on the go. This morning in the ever-exciting world of sport, we have stories making the rounds from the local stories. Also, we got update from Chan, where it's not looking too good, not even good. Don't let me say too good because if I say too good, it looks like we have survival hope right there. It's not good at all for the Chan Eagles. We'll be discussing that this morning on the show. Also, we got update from the Value Jet Cup, still very much ongoing. Also, the basketball, the Tigers are going to be in action today against Madagascar by 2:30 p.m. The game is ongoing very much in Angola. Also, the Super Cup final against Paris Saint-Germain versus Tottenham Hotspur. Remember, Romero is now the new captain of Tottenham Hotspur. All this and more right here on Dominion Television, channel of choice, Dominion Sport. I am Abepo Toluwanimi, and I have the captain himself, Samson Balogun, the man that gives unbiased analysis and top-notch update right here on the go. Also, I have Fola with me this wonderful morning. They say women talk sport, and she's ready to talk sport this wonderful morning. Samson, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Tolu. It's really nice to be here to talk sports. As we do, we bring you unbiased analysis and other little reporters. Thank you for joining us, and of course, there's a lot to talk about today.
A lot. Yes, Fola, good morning to you.
It's good to be with you this morning. Very nice to see you.
Yes, you don't look too excited this morning. Is it because of the chant? What's happening? I remember yesterday you said, yesterday you even said you don't see, the hope of us qualifying. So why are you sad? You've given the predictions already, so why are you sad?
Why am I sad?
Yes.
Because Nigeria was embarrassed. No. I mean, come on. Nigeria was beaten, not lost. Not that we lost, we were beaten.
We're beaten.
We were shamed yesterday. No, it was embarrassing.
What a way to go. Yes, it's 4-0 that game ended right there against Sudan. But before that, let's take stories from the local front this morning where Abakaliki are in the news. And I'm sure, yes, Samson Balogo, it will not be surprised for this story because when you look at the story, Abakaliki FC buy Amola FC slots to retain Nigeria's National League status. Abakaliki FC, yes, will compete in the 2025-2026 Nigerian National League NNL despite suffering relegations to the third tier Nations Wide League, the NLO. After conclusion of the 2024-2025 season, the Ebonyi State-based club retained their second tier status following a successful acquisition of the NNL slot of the Amola FC Osogbo. Amola FC clinched their sole promotion ticket from Shagamu Center during the last month promotion playoffs. Abakaliki FC also regrouped on Monday, the 11th of August 2025 and commenced training immediately under the watchful eyes of Coach Ifeanyi Onyedika. And he's saying, yes, we are going to compete in the NLL in the coming season and we are very happy about it. It's a club aim and we are grateful for having to get this slot. Samson.
Yeah.
I remember last 2 weeks, the MPFL chairman was speaking about this when they had the meeting right there in Abuja, saying, you know, this is not one thing we want to see. We don't like to hear things of buying slots or whatnot.
Yeah.
Right now, we are getting the report that Abakaliki FC just bought a slot from Amola FC of Osogbo.
I think there is no way that won't happen in the NPFL because this is the only place where the unthinkable happens, and you know, it's really, well, it's a good one for the Rice Boys that they will retain their NNL status. Yeah. But then what happens to other teams who are going to be bullied into selling their tickets in the future? So obviously there is something wrong with our football, and then we can correct that. I think there should be a rule that actually bars teams from actually buying tickets. Well, for Amola International, I think one of the problems they're having is they've probably felt that they don't have the resources to execute the NNL, and then maybe the money would go a long way into, you know, getting some things fixed ahead of next time that they get to clinch the ticket. Don't forget that you know, playing the NLO is not a joke, because some say it's even tougher than playing in the NNL. So there's a lot at stake, and they feel like, oh, we need the money. Let's just get the money and we can always, you know, maybe qualify next time. But then there are other reasons why teams get to, you know, forgo their tickets, relinquish it, and for other teams to take over. Take, for example, one owner has two teams, you know, due to clash of interest. You cannot have two teams in the same league unless you want to sell one or probably, you know, give that team out to, you know, someone else to manage. But unfortunately, that's what happened to Remo Stars and Beyond Limit. Beyond Limit also got the ticket to play in the league, but unfortunately they cannot because they belong to Kunle Shoname, who is the, you know, owner of Remo Stars. So automatically there's going to be a clash of interest, and the same thing has been happening to, though it's not that clear, but obviously it has been happening to a team like you know, Shooting Stars, and of course you have Crown Football Club of Ogbomoso. There will be a clash of interest. They both belong to the state government, so there is no way Crown will try as much as possible to qualify for the league. They will not be able to play.
So let me ask you a question. So you're saying if Crown FC have picked up a ticket, remember, you know, they were in the playoffs to say how they would get promotion into the NPFL. If they have picked up a ticket to the NPFL, would you say, or are you saying that most likely Crown FC would not be part of the NPFL?
They will not, because these two teams belong to the state government, and then two teams from the same owner, same board members will not, you know, they cannot play in the same league, because what happens when the two teams, you know, meet, and then Shooting Stars needs 3 points, and Crown FC do not need those points. So even if, you know, Shooting Stars beat or defeat, you know, Crown FC by merit, people will still think, oh, because they belong to the same team. So there's no way you can play a clean card there. Automatically, one team has to be dropped for the other. And I saw that that's one of the reasons, you know, Crown FC has not grown beyond what it is now. Unless Shooting Stars is not playing the league, that's when you can see Crown. You cannot see those two teams playing in the same league at the same time. That will continue to happen to teams, just like Beyond Limits now. Beyond Limits, as good as they have been relegated to an academy who actually, you know, produces quality players for Remo Stars. Or probably when the player, you know, has gotten to a stage and cannot play for Remo Stars, they probably sell them abroad or sell them to other teams. So there are quality teams that are suffering this same problem.
Yeah.
But I do feel that there should be a
yardstick.
A yardstick.
Yeah.
There should be a benchmark. See, look, you cannot do this. You cannot do that. There should be a rule. But we cannot... see, if there is no rule that guides all these things, people will continue to come and say, since there is no rule, there is a lacuna, and we can always plug into that. But if we get that right, if we can correct that by amending these rules and making sure that all things are in place, I think going forward, there are going to be some... It happens in England too.
Yeah.
Are you saying that we have some teams who, Chelsea under 19s, under 20s, they play leagues too? But that doesn't mean they are going to get promoted into the championship or probably the EPL. So teams can actually get better by, playing by the rules.
But I think for me personally, I think, if you're talking by the rules, I think we should have other leagues developed. You talk about European, clubs. Chelsea Sister Club, Strasbourg, in France. And, you want that they're playing in France. So they have no clash.
No clash of interest.
No clash of interest.
Only if they want to play European-based competition.
Yeah.
If they are playing the UEFA Europa League, one of them will have to.
I have to, yeah.
Yes, that's the rule. You cannot have two teams from the same owner playing the same competition.
And the issue Nottingham Forest also are having. I remember, the owner, I think is also the owner of Olympiacos right there, and also they gain promotion, to European football. So all of this, but I want to ask, what is the way forward? How can we address situations like this? Because you see beyond limits. So if Crown FC now comes out again to say we picked a ticket for the NPFL, what are you going to tell me? Are you going to say we're going to buy? So what is the way? What can we do to address situations like this?
I think the only idea is the fact that one of the problems we have had, save for Kunle Shoname, there has two teams. I don't really think there's an individual out there that has two teams competing at the highest level.
Yeah, highest level. True.
If they have 2-3 teams, they're probably doing grassroots football. But then only Kunle Shoname is obvious as we speak. But the problem is state government. They are doing what we call state character with football.
Okay.
There's a team from Ibadan, Shooting Stars, that belongs to your state government. There's a team from Ogbomoso that belongs to your state government. And probably they will think, there should be a team from Ibarapa that belongs to you. So you cannot play state character with football. There are rules.
That's true.
Then if that happens, I think we have had times when people actually came about and said, look, let's do public-private partnership. We own a certain percentage, you also own a certain percentage. You have the facility, we'll bring the fund to get players to develop some of these things we are going to need.
That's true.
But most state governments have resisted this because they feel like it's the tradition to always have a football club. And none of them will relinquish. I could remember a time when, if a current member of the Federal House of Reps in Ibadan decided that, there's a football club in Ibadan and I think I should have a stake. But it was vehemently rejected. That, look, this is a tradition. You cannot be a part of it. And we have people like that who are always interested. But they do not have, what it takes to go to the grassroots and say, I want to build a football club from the beginning. There is a certain man in Oyo who also has a team. I think Oyomi CFC is doing fantastically well there too. Trying to see if... I think they almost got a ticket to play in the NPFL last season because they played in the NNL.
Okay.
Yeah, they are still playing in the NNL this season. They were in the playoffs, but then unfortunately they couldn't live up to expectation. But I feel going forward, football club owners should know that I cannot have more than one team if I'm to play by the rules. And if you have more than one team, automatically one team will suffer for the other. And that's what we are seeing now. Congratulations to Abakaliki FC, the Rice Boys. They will be retaining their NNL position. But for Amola, well, they live to fight another day. Because I know for sure that one of the reasons Amola decided not to prosecute their NNL status is because they felt they do not have the resources. See, it is really difficult to travel from one place to the other to execute games. And most of these teams don't even have team buses.
Yeah, true.
So how do you expect them to do that? To fuel a vehicle going from here to Ijebu Ode now, for example, if that is the center to play these games, you know how much it will cost to fuel a coaster bus, go in and come in. How about hotel and match bonuses for these players? Does the owner have this fund? No. But then, as it stands, I know that they are going to try better next season. And then, well, going forward, we should not see tickets being sold.
Okay.
I mean, that's not the benchmark we should set for
excellence. All right, yes, sir. And that's the update coming through from Abakaliki and the Amola boys with the sale of tickets. Abakaliki, remember, they had a narrow loss right there to Kwara United at the President Federation Cup right there. But right now, they're back in the NLL to see how far they can go and secure promotion tickets back into top flight football. Moving away from that, talking about transportation, we have Senator Baroa, rewards Baroa FC players with 17.5 million naira alongside with motorcycles. After MPFL promotion, unveiled Coach Boso, Senator Jibril Baroa, Deputy President of FC Kano, has rewarded players of the newly promoted side at the MPFL club with a gift of 17.5 million naira and motorcycles on Monday, the 11th of August. Senator Baroa presented the rewards to the players in appreciation of their efforts in securing a promotion ticket to the MPFL during the 2024-2025 campaign. Nigerian National League promotion playoffs in Asaba, Delta State. Each player also received the motorcycle. The presentation took place during the official unveiling of Landon Boso as the new club technical advisor. And Boso, a former Bayelsa United gaffer and president of the Nigerian Football Coaches Association, will be assisted by Rabiu Tata, who successfully guided the club during the NNL campaign and the Super 8 promotion playoffs. Let me start with you, Fola, quickly. 17.5 million naira and a motorcycle. I know this will spark so many conversations. You talk about transportation that I don't want to take it as a joke. I was about just making a joke out of it, saying maybe this these players would have this as a tool for transportation. But that's just all jokes. But let me ask you, Fola, what do you think about this presentation from Baroa FC?
In my own opinion, let me start with saying, yes, the 17 million naira is 0.5 million. 17.5 million naira is appreciated. Yes, we appreciate it. But sorry to say, what will the motorbikes be used for?
So maybe for training, if you are coming in for...
Really?
So maybe if you're coming in for training, you can take back. Maybe then when you're done with training side, also you go come back.
Have they so belittled the footballers to the extent that they think that, okay, motorbikes is the next thing for them, or motorbikes will be the needed mode of transportation for them? I feel they belittled them, but the 17.5 million naira is appreciated because, like you were saying, the resources, yes, they need a lot of things, they need a lot of resources for, is it the transportation minus the forgetting the motorbikes, welfareism and you understand, things like that, it is appreciated. But the motorbikes, I don't get it.
I think this has to be a joke, actually. I saw the news, I think yesterday, and I was amazed by the fact that we are getting to see these readings on the pages of the newspaper. And it's really, saddening. Unfortunately, this thing belongs to a sitting, I think a sitting senator, Senator Barau Jibrin. I mean, he should know better. He travels abroad, sees what exactly is being done in Madrid, being done in Barcelona, being done in Spain, of course, in England. He knows exactly what is being done there. And then to say, oh, your own football club, your players deserve motorbikes. I mean, that's really, really, really a sad one. We have, I think we should stop making a joke of our league, and that is actually what we witnessed at Chan yesterday. This is what we'll continue to get. It's a joke.
But hold on, something. It's what I have I can offer. So are you saying it's better I don't offer them anything?
It's better it doesn't offer them this. What it cost him to actually get these bikes? You know what? How much a bike is being sold now? What it cost him to get these bikes would have actually been enough, or maybe just a little more money to get a bus for the team. I mean, get one more bus for the team. That would have done a lot of, helped the team better. Especially in terms of branding. How do you brand a bike for a football club? I mean, does it make sense? It doesn't. But the truth of the matter is, I think, they are new. They don't really know how it's being done. But for crying out loud, Ladan Boso is now part of the team.
Part of the team. So I think he should
know better. Ladan Boso has been around for a long time. He's the current president of the Nigerian Coaches Association. He should know better. But unfortunately, sometimes some decisions are made, and even the technical crew don't even know about it. And just you realize, has it happened to you that you see your story on the pages of the newspaper and you are like, am I
aware of this story?
So it's like that. But then let's just assume that the senator doesn't know better at this point, and would have some people who are already talking to him. I mean, this is not the right way. This should not happen. So are you saying that the team captain will come to the training with a bike?
Yes.
No.
Okay, you're saying no, I'm saying yes, because the bike is issued already. So am I going to park the bike at home?
Maybe for backroom staff. I don't know. Okay. This should not be for.
How that you are even supporting this? I don't get it.
You are even exposing these players to potential accidents.
Exactly.
The truth of the matter is, players do not have careers that too long career. Probably from your 20s to your 30s, you have about 7 or 8 years to peak. So it means that within that period, if there is a major accident and I mean, you just might not make it again.
Come on, that's all right. That's the update, coming from Barra FC, and new acquisition of the motorcycles, and we're hoping that players get to training safe. After training they get home safe also, and also they can have other means to make more money. They also and the Bosu must continue, but we hope that something better must be done going forward. It's called branding. It's called value right there. If you want brands and other things to happen in the league, I think these situations like this need to leave the face of football, especially in Nigeria. Moving away from that is transfer upon transfers, and Benden Insurance have announced the signing of 4 new players ahead of the MPFL season. I was speaking with Samson before the train. I said, how many more players are we going to see, in the MPFL with several clubs? Right now, they have Wisdom Udom, a midfielder. Also, we have Henry Onoya, a central defender. We have Ifeanyi Zema, a central defender. We have Chuko Onoche, another winger, being brought into the club for next season. We are hoping that these players can give them, the much needed point and trophy that they, that they are set for themselves come next season. Let's move away from that and let's get straight down to Value Jet Cup. The tournament very much ongoing. Remember, it's just a preseason tournament where we have Remo Stars, we have Ikorodu City Shooting Stars, our very own Shooting Stars. Also, now let me inform you that they played out a 2-2 draw against Abia Warriors. The game is over already. The game kicked off exactly 9 a.m. and that game is ended already. They played at a 2-2 draw. They're going to have another one again by 4 p.m. and I'm sure they're prepared. Remember, the game was postponed after we got the news about the death of our coach Olowo Kere right there. But right now the game is still very much ongoing and they have another game for 2 p.m. Also, let me inform you that Ikorodu City trashed Remo Stars 4-0 right there at the Value Jet Cup. Right after now, we're going to watch a video to see how that game was played. And when we are back, we're talking more stories in the world of sport.
The youngster on the other, and playing central, leading the line is David Andrew. On the bench, Kolai Omide, the second top scorer for the team last season. And there's Toyiba Chegbe, who the club will never forget for his heroics in the playoffs. And Ikorodu City with a big chance! They've opened the scoring! The fastest goal of the 2025 Value Jet pre-season tournament. Less than a minute. It's topped in by Malik Musa with what was a beautifully well-worked goal for Ikorodu City. My goodness. And a switch from Arumala. Brought down on the chest, brought down on the jaw by Malik Musa, and Tosin finished it up with a plum.
That was the very best way Ikorodu City could have started this game. Like I said, Arumala was not on the pitch against Kwara United yesterday, but he's coming today and he's made a difference. So
Babatunde says, nice finish, Tosin, classic. And Saleh Kutushi says 2 more goals before halftime. And it's a second goal for Ikorodu City. Well, I didn't see that one coming. And has come off the boots of Joseph Arumala, who had 2 goals in the previous preseason against the Co International Cup. Joseph seemed to have pulled something out of nothing. Quick play. Here he comes, Arumala. Great skill to cut onto his right foot. And what about our strike? Just take a slight deflection. And what a finish. What a finish from Joseph Arumala. 2 goals up now.
That was I don't know how that boy ended, but you know when you say corner taking quickly
With the goalkeeper. Here's Arumala, somehow stays in possession, still driving. Has David in front of him. Arumala finds David, tries to stay in possession and wiggle his way. And maybe Malik makes the 3. Ikorodu City are on fire. 1, 2, 3 to the good. And the attack line of Ikorodu City are singing fairy tale songs right now. But you have to commend the hold-up play from David, the striker for Ikorodu City, and Malik. His eyes lit up when he saw that. And what a goal.
Wow. I never saw that coming. Because you look at the ball again. Now from this replay, look at the ball. David held on to the ball. He thought it was foul. The ref said, play on. Good one for Malik to continue playing. Because like we tell footballers, you play to the whistle. So immediately the ref did not blow a free kick, a penalty for Ikorodu City, which they were expecting. Malik saw the ball, and I don't understand. The Remo Stars defenders went to sleep there, and Malik saw the ball and put the ball in the back of the net. Penalty to give it to Ikorodu City.
Tosin stands over 8 for the last minute. This one is 3 goals in the competition. Tosin again. Barca gets it past the goalkeeper. Who gets right? But that's goal number 4 for Ikorodu City. The second for the captain in this game. And he's turned up the tournament. He's having a fine time at the moment, Tosin.
Well. Ikorodu City would not have saw this coming.
All right, you're welcome back, and that was the highlight between Ikorodu City and Remo Stars that ended 4-0. Something let me ask you, the Value Jet is very much ongoing, like a pre-season tournament, and I'm sure, watching the highlight, you see fantastic play from Ikorodu City, and we're talking about it. You said most of these players, from Ikorodu City, are players who have not played, in any league, in the MPFL, and look at the quality of what they displayed against the Remo Star side.
I think I would liken this to what we said earlier. I think we said that a few weeks ago about when the new Shooting Stars technical crew, when they were unveiled. We spoke about the fact that his coach Nuruddin Awero is going to be a wonderful addition to the Shooting Stars. And of course, the current technical director, the sporting director for Shooting Stars also used to be of Ikorodu. So it means that what he was able to do with Ikorodu City, bringing players such as Shola Adenani and likes into the team, and of course building a formidable team like this. Even when the coach is no longer there, they are still doing magic. Imagine trashing and whitewashing, Remo Stars, 4-0. The game was done in the first half, 3-0 in the first half, just a long goal in the second half, and they just saw it out like that. So it tells you that there is something really happening with that particular team. And I think I once spoke about the fact that, yes, you want to select players from the champions, but the truth of the matter is there are other players out there too. But as long as they give you the results, pick your best set of players. You are still coming back to Chan. That was a disgrace out there yesterday. But of course, we knew it was going to happen. The moment we saw the first game, we knew it's going to end that way. But the truth of the matter is, Remo Stars right now, they have to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what exactly did we do wrong? And you might not even know that maybe there was a rotation of the team. Okay, let's just field the second team and see what exactly they are capable of doing, because they also need a run. To get fit ahead of the new season. So it's going to help. It's when you play preseason games like this, it's not about how many victories you get. It's about how fit your players can get before the season actually starts. But then the truth now is that Ikorodu City, what they are saying now is that they are coming big this season, even without their coach. And we do hope that to see beautiful football like we just saw. Because I, for one, at a point never believed I was watching African football, because you see the kind of passes, quality passes, ball control. how the ball is being moved around from one person to the other. It's not the usual kick and follow we used to see.
True.
So technicality is coming back to African football, and that's exactly what we want to see.
All right. Fola, you have something to say concerning that, highlights we just watched Ikorodu City Remo Stars?
He said, it wasn't like I was watching, it was not like I was watching African football or Nigerian football, let me put it that way. It was like I was watching the Europeans.
Yeah.
Like, that was wonderful. That, like you said, technicality is coming into Nigerian football.
Yeah.
Yes, and we need to work more on that.
All right. We need to work more on that is what, Fola is giving us right now. But let's head straight down to Chan. It's not looking so good, and it's over at this point in time for Nigerian Super Eagles B team. They have crashed out of this year's Chan National Championship after suffering a defeating and humiliating 4-0 defeat to Sudan in their second Group D match on Tuesday. It is the team joint heaviest defeat in the history of the tournament after they have also lost 4-0 right there here to Morocco at the 2018 edition. Eric Shell's side went into the encounter hoping to bounce back from their 1-0 defeat to Champions League Senegal on match day 1. For the Sudanese, they secured a 1-1 draw against Congo in their opening fixture. In the group, other matches also played was Senegal forced Congo to 1-0. Now let me put that right properly. It was a draw. It ended in a draw, actually, a 1-1 draw. After the conclusion of match day 2 against Sudan, the top team of the group at 4 points, while Senegal also on 4 points at second. Congo at third on 2 points, and the Super Eagles B team with no points. Congo must beat Nigeria team to stand a chance of progressing to the knockout round. The Super Eagles B team boss at the early exchange said, this is the most difficult and disappointing game I've faced and I've coached in a long while. Some saying this is not a good result for the home base Eagles, and I'm sure they have been clamoring for let's get the grassroots players in the mainstream of the Super Eagles. But now, do you think this is going to happen, or where's the reflection? Is it the problem with the coach? Is it the NPFL system? Is it the players? Where do you think the problem is, and how can we find solution going forward with situations like this?
When we talk about Nigerian football, I think the problem is not really limited to one angle. It's a multifaceted kind of problem that we face in African football, especially in the Nigerian, if we localize it to Nigeria. You mentioned so many things that may have been the cause. What we saw yesterday, I want to say, is a true reflection of how weak the Nigerian Premier League is as we speak. We once said that most of our players who should be doing really well for the team, they are either in a league that is not too known in Africa, just playing their trade just to make ends meet, or probably in oblivion somewhere in Europe playing third-tier football. And these are things we don't want to see. If we continue to have this kind of outing, I mean, it's disastrous, it is disgraceful, and it's a smear on the white clothes being put on by the NPFL. I don't know if the clothes is still white anyway, but the truth of the matter is, we cannot afford to continue to run this game like this. And in the first place, who said it's a must for Eric Shells to be in charge of the Super Eagles B team? I mean, these are players who play traditionally Nigerian football. How long has he been here for him to be able to understand these players? Where is Ogunbodede? Where is Fidelis Ilechukwu? Where is Ladan Bosco? These are people who understand what the local league is all about. Where is Bengo Ogunbodede? These are coaches. They understand African football, Nigerian football to be precise. But then the choice was made. Eric Shells was deemed to be more knowledgeable than every other coach we have available. Was deemed to be more knowledgeable. I, for one, was never in support of bringing Eric Shells, even to coach the Super Eagles, not to talk of the B team, because if you look at Eric Shells, I don't think he's more qualified than Samson Siasia. I don't think he's more qualified than Austin Eguavon. I don't think he's more qualified than Finidi George. I don't think he's more qualified than every other Nigerian-based coaches, even than Ogunbodede, who is the coach of Remo Stars. Because these are quality coaches that have shown time and time again that they have what it takes to lead good teams. Samson Siasia has been, there for some time, understands Nigerian football. Austin Eguavon, time and time again, we have had to call him on emergency basis to rescue the team, why is he not getting the job? Whereas we need the judge because he made a mistake or probably fumbled as the coach of the Super Eagles. Does that mean he cannot handle the B team? He's now doing well with his team. I think Rivers United. So these are things we need to be looking at. If this is a stage we have found ourselves, what happens to the selection process? We know for sure some of the players selected, they are arguably the best in the league, but is the best we have in our league the best in Africa? Okay, yeah, I don't think so.
Now, so I'm going to ask a question now quickly, and this is for you, Fola. The complaint we saw complaints that Remo Stars players were the most fielded players in the team, and you asked the questions. Are there no other players in the league or in that team that you selected for CHAN right now? And it looks like it is what it is at this point in time. What is the way forward? And why do we have these selections that are not providing the result for us?
Yesterday when we were talking about this, I was saying that they should. I was even being nice to to our coach, saying, okay, he is using the players that he can communicate with. That it seems like he feels he understands them more. But what's it called? At the end of the day, I now feel that you cannot be using players that you feel understand them more. No, you cannot. You cannot pick the best. Let's be honest. You pick the people that are that that this person is a consistent player. Okay, if I play him in this way, he will deliver. You cannot pick the best.
They also consider fitness. Some of the players they took to this competition, they are not even fit.
Are they fit?
The first choice goalkeeper has been on the bench since there's another midfielder in the team. I can't remember his name. I can't place his name. He has been on the bench and he was meant to be a regular starter in the team. So those are the things. You see, you don't risk things like this. So if you think they cannot make the team, they cannot join the team to make a difference, they are injured, and you think, along the line they're going to get better, why not drop them and bring in players that are fit? Are you saying these are the only set of players? Alex Agawa of Shooting Stars is there. He's a solid defensive midfielder who can also play in central defense. Adebayo Kante is there. He's a solid defensive midfielder that can also, play forward. And these are players. There are other players in other leagues too. See, when they say CHAN, they are African players based in Africa. Does that mean we don't have Nigerian players out there? Ojo Olorunleke is there, left a Yimba, traveled to Tanzania, he's back in Nigeria. Why is he not given a chance to also say, let me give it a try? But the truth of the matter is, it all boils down to the fact that I will pin this blame on the coach. This has a lot to do with his incompetence. I never trusted his Metu when he was brought on board. I never trusted what he's capable of doing, because what did he do with Mali that gave him this job? He blew a chance to be in the finals.
Come on, you
can't say... He blew a chance. No, wait. He blew the chance to be in the finals. So what exactly did he do to collect the Nigerian team has never done?
Now, when you look at a side like Mali, you beg to wonder, how many quality players do they have in the squad, and look at what he did with that side and almost took them to the finals.
So does that mean a coach that works well with, young players or maybe less known players will do well with superstars?
No,
I don't think so.
True, actually, but I think I'm still going to hold on to your statement as saying that I don't want to blame the coach, practically, because I'm sure he has his own opinion about that standard. Maybe was too high for the home-based players. So I think if I to hold on to anything, is to say the coaches that understand these players should have managed them, which you mentioned.
Listen, you see, there are coaches who will do well with average teams. Yes. They will do so well.
Yeah, true.
Give them the chance to actually coach a big team. They will have problems. I'll cite an instance. Former Brighton and Hove Albion coach.
Yes.
I think not Graham Potter. Okay. Was doing really well with Brighton and Hove Albion. Yeah. And all of a sudden, Chelsea thought, this is going to be a good fit for us. The kind of football you play, and then we have quality players that will help you execute what you. I mean, he was given the chance, and unfortunately, he could not do anything. Could not deliver. So there are some coaches that they are better playing. They are better, managing an average team. Yes. If you give them a bigger team, they are going to mess up. Just like some players who will be doing so well with small teams. Give them the chance to play for a big team. And I will give you an instance. Bebe was doing well in Spain before Sir Alex Ferguson told Bebe, okay, come play for Manchester United. Where is Bebe today? So there are some things like that. So it doesn't mean that because he was doing well with an average team, he's going to do well with a big team. For crying out loud, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, whether B or A, is an A-list team in Africa, even in the world.
Yes.
So why would you give that to Eric Shells when you have other coaches who are eminently qualified to also be in charge of the team?
Nigerian coaches.
We have seen Nigerian coaches do well with the Super Eagles.
Yeah, true.
You have seen Christian Chukwu do well with the Super Eagles.
Yes.
We have seen, there are so many other coaches.
Les Stephen
Keshi too did well. Won the African Cup of Nations. So what happens to Nigerian coaches? Are you saying that we no longer have any knowledgeable coach again? Coach Arero that just joined Shooting Stars is a CAF licensed coach. So what happened to these coaches? Why are they not getting the job? Right. Is it that Nigerian coaches have been condemned to mediocrity? Oh, they don't know anything. Let's just park them aside.
No, it's just that Nigeria.
Even if you want to get a foreign coach,
we need to stop thinking of, okay, we need to get international people.
Imported.
We need to start thinking.
Even if you are going to get a foreign coach, must still be, someone from an African country. That is height of insult I have seen in a long time.
But actually, if you ask me, I beg to differ, because when you talk about the local coaches, how many of them have been able to deliver on the big stage, either Nigeria or maybe even the MPFL at this point. I know we have so much to blame. We can go on and on to blame the MPFL, infrastructure, the players' welfareism, this or that. But come on, I think we can cut Eric Shells the slack and say, come on, I think the best I would have done is to just drop the job.
Someone has to take the blame.
Yeah, actually,
he selected the team.
I don't agree. I don't agree. So I don't agree he selected the team. I agree that Daniel and Fidelis Ilichukwu selected the team, and they should have just been the one to hand the job, for the Chan Eagles. Trust me, you cannot. You know Eric Shells does not know this player. You can know
before Chan, he has been traveling from one place to the other.
Yes,
spending Nigerian money, watching these games, and then pinpointing which set of players he wants to execute.
Come on,
Chan. So you cannot tell me he did not select these players. He did select.
No, I don't believe that. If something is saying it's spending Nigerian money, I'm sure that is a statement out of the captain saying, I don't like Shells for anything. But come on, there's a budget for this. Definitely, we can go.
That's what I'm saying. He spent the money. Why are we not seeing the results? For every penny you spend, there has to be a result. Are you saying? Oh, the money is just for fun, for lagis? Go to Abakaliki, go to Ebonyi, sleep in an hotel, watch football games, and then go home. No, the job you have been given is to select and find quality players that will help you win the tournament. And now you have not even qualified for the next phase. You are not even. Most definitely is going to finish bottom of the.
I'm sure something is one of those who's going to be worried, saying, I'm not sure if you can pick up the World Cup ticket for
Just forget about that one.
Okay. All right, moving on. I'm sure I want you to please follow us on all social media platforms on YouTube. Please make sure you comment, make sure you drop, make sure you like, make sure you share. Let somebody know about Dominion Television and Dominion Sport on the go. Yes, so moving away from that, let's look at other result in that game and also the matches right there happening in CAF. If that can be displayed on the screen, let's look at the matches for today and other result for yesterday. I'm sure we have other result. We have this is Central Africa also playing today against Madagascar and Mauritania, against Burkina Faso also are playing today. Group B game, the matches for today. Moving away from that, let's take other stories making the round in the world of sport this morning. In the world of basketball, we have Nigerian and Houston Rocket guard Josh Okogie, sharing his insight on the Tigers tournament preparations ahead, and also celebrating, the Tigers Afro Basket Women 2025 triumph. Remember, we have a game today against Madagascar by 2:30, but let's hear from the guard Josh Okogie.
Can't wait to get this first official practice in with the fellas and, gearing up towards our first game. I definitely think the Tigers, they set the standard for Nigerian basketball, man. We just try to follow what they do. Their longevity, how well they show up every year, every qualifier, every window, World Cup, Olympics, man, how they show up and make everybody proud. We're just trying to do half of what they do, man. So it's a huge shout out to them. I'm proud of them. I know our team is proud of them. Most importantly, man, they made their country proud, and we're behind them all the way, and we just trying to replicate what they're doing. It's so crazy. Every year it's like I'm a kid again. You know, I feel like every year is my first year. You know, I try to soak it in like a sponge, trying to learn as much as I can, being able to play for, you know, great players, play with great players, play for great coaches, great organizations. I'm excited to get things going with the Houston Rockets. I know the fans are, you know, going to be ready to get rocking because of the season they had last year, but you know, I'm trying to take it up another notch and provide as much energy as I can. I had a chaplain one time tell me, like, you know, who you are is way more important than what you do, although sometimes what you do gets more attention than who you are. I'm a firm believer in that, and I feel like that's a big thing or a big way to stay in the league. You know, as long as I have, it's just being a good person. You know, when you get in the NBA, everybody can play. You know, everybody was the man, you know, of their team, whether it was high school, college, overseas, wherever the case may be. So when you get in the NBA, everybody can play basketball. But it's that, I think it's the character, you know, and your work ethic that makes you stick. So, and I was blessed enough to, you know, be able to be around good role models to help me be able to carry out good character and just integrity throughout my career. So I just continue to do that, be a nice person, just do the right things. Yeah, I'll just give you a scenario, man. Like the other day, my best experience ever, you know, being a, you know, Nigerian.
All right, that is Josh Okoje, Eastern Rocket and Nigerian guard, you know, are giving us an insight of what to expect today by 2:30. Let me ask you, Fola, you know, how far can we go in this competition in Angola this year? You know, getting all needed points, you know, in the first game against Madagascar? Quickly.
Yeah, well, I think I see us doing that by maybe one player's spark. You know, like we were saying, the lack of preparation. You know, as they were just coming in, they were going for the, you know, they were just coming into the country and they were going for the competition. So the lack of preparation is a
big factor.
A big factor. A big factor. A worrying factor.
So, all right, Captain, let me ask you quickly. Just like Fola said, the individual brilliance, you know, can be the spark, you know, for the Tigers, you know, going forward. But let me ask you, you know, we had just two games to play against Guinea. We won that one and also lost, you know, by narrow margin. You know, what can, you know, help the Tigers in this competition right here in Angola?
I think there's no magic to perform. You're as good as your preparation, and I think what we've seen in their, you know, last two games in the build-up to the tournament is what we can say as the benchmark of how good they are as we speak. Because since the last two games, I don't think they have had any serious team to play with. They have just been training. But the truth of the matter is, we still have quality players, and in the team, just that you know, I don't think they have really blended that well. But if they can form a bond outside the pitch, or outside the court, then they can transfer that onto the pitch, and then that's you know, the unity and friendship will actually help them, you know, execute their games. But in the real sense of it, when you look at the teams they play for, these are top quality players. Top quality players. No one can actually doubt how good they are. But we are just worried of the fact that, oh, this is a Nigerian team. Will they be able to do it? Is there going to be synergy? So, but then these are experienced players. They have been around for a long time. They know exactly what it takes to play competitions like this. At least if you play in the NBA, you already know what's expected of you. So going forward into the tournament, playing a game against Madagascar, they need to set the tone. And this first game is going to dictate how the remaining competition will look like for them. So I think they are going to edge out, you know, Madagascar one way or the other. But they will find a way. They will find a way to win a game against Madagascar. Just that Madagascar is not a team you can just push aside. You must be readily prepared that they are going to mount, you know, serious defense against, you know, the Nigerian team. But truth is, if all precautions are taken, I think they stand a chance of winning this game.
All right, yes, sir. We think they stand a chance of winning this game, and the game is by 2:30 right there against Madagascar in Angola. Quickly before we go, the Super Cup is happening today between Paris Saint-Germain and Tottenham Hotspur. The UEFA Champions League winner against the Europa League winner is going to happen today. What are your predictions? Drop your predictions in the comment section right there. And let me ask you something and follow up quickly within a few seconds. What are your predictions and how do you see this game pan out?
In my own opinion, I think the resilient Tottenham should. Don't let me, should. But what's it called? PSG are a very, very good team. They are skilled. They are very, very good.
Okay.
Their players they have good players. So I hope I'll enjoy myself.
All right, something quickly. Yes,
well,
we have Donnarumma out of the squad.
PSG, they're having internal crisis as we speak.
Yeah.
Donnarumma is about to be forced out of the team. And mentally, it might affect them because they are used to playing with Gigi, you know, in between the sticks. So going into this game, I feel like Tottenham actually stand a chance. They have also signed some quality players, named the new captain since Son departed the team. I think that should be a morale booster for them, judging by what Chelsea did, you know, to them at the Club World Cup. So I feel Tottenham Hotspur stand a chance of, you know, nipping it in the, you know, just ahead of, you know, PSG.
All right, yes, sir. Just the way Tottenham Hotspur nipped it against Manchester United in Europa League. Let's see how they can nip it through against Paris Saint-Germain. That's all we can take on today's show on Dominion Sport. On your channel of choice, Dominion Television. Before I go, drop your predictions in the comment section. What do you think is going to edge out against Paris Saint-Germain and Tottenham Hotspur? Make sure you keep rooting for the Tigers right there in Angola. They have a game by 2:30 against Madagascar. That's all we can take. Thank you so much for joining us. For that, thank you so much. Official Captain, thank you so much for joining. We're going to see you again tomorrow, 11 a.m. is the time. To the crew and also to producers, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.